Good morning for those watching us on Facebook and YouTube. This is six. It's 7:02. So we're gonna start in about 60 seconds. Sorry, some slight technical hiccups, but we are back. It's not as cold as getting. Playing now is Humble Sweet featuring Flavor. Jukwe section. This is a mix of beans, but you can't hear it for um, intellectual property concerns. We're going on in 15 seconds. Oh, it's a lovely day. It's a great day. It's a great day. Yeah, we're learning every day. Good things are happening over here, so we are trying to acclimatize. I hope you are doing same out there. It's a lovely Saturday, the 11th day of May, 2024. Welcome to the Vintage Talkshow with the Fat, wherever you are listening or watching us on Facebook or YouTube. You're welcome. We're about to cruise, and I'm your anchor. My name is Femi Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Fat. I'm not alone. I have friends, and how will I describe this lady? That and lovely, I should say. Good morning, Esife Arobinade. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. I'm doing very fine. Good morning to everybody. Welcome to another beautiful day. Enjoy with us today. Flow with us today.
Ooh, flow with us today. It's a flowing day. Okay. Also, with the wings, early as unusual, is my friend, our analyst, and our co-anchor. He's here waiting. Good morning, Alex Ogundadegwe.
Good morning, sirs. Good morning, Lagos. It's great to be on 90.9 again this morning. And I dare say we're going to have a great time together.
Amen. We're gonna have great time together this morning, and of course, our chairman and the head honcho, my great friend, my brother, and my co-uncle. Good morning, Tokumo or Jekule.
Good morning, Fudge. Good morning, Alex. Asife. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning. and beyond. Welcome to the Vintage Show. It promises to be another nice session. And as Alex has said his prayers, we say amen to it. So let's move on.
Yeah, that's another amen. Thank you, Mr. T. We'll be piloting and taking you through this almost 2 hours of gist, discussion, all sorts. We'll do things on point blank. We have many issues. As usual, Nigeria has many issues that we're dealing with, and we will not stop dealing with them. God will give us victory at the end of the day. All the problems of Nigeria and the troublers of Nigeria, God will put them down for us. I'm in a prayerful mood. I hope you are saying amen wherever you are. So we talk on talk by point blank, and we have a guest on talking point. All things being equal, and then we have our second version of Let's Rewind later on in the show. But let's kick off with words from our ancestors. What do they have for us? From the pantheon of wisdom, it says, a small house will hold 100 friends. A small house will hold 100 friends. Absolutely. All it needs is love, cordiality, mutual respect, regard for one another, and being a kindred spirit. You can be the house may be busting at the seams, but you have friends. You live peaceably. But two persons in a mansion can cause fire, cause the repeated calls for fire brigade. Oh, my indeed it is true. A small house will hold 100 friends, and a mansion put just a group of three into disarray. Uh, so here we are a group of friends, and we are not fighting any day. We are speaking truth to Nigeria, to those who rule us or who claim to lead us, and we shine light on dark spots, right? So let's kick off. I mean that will be the second kick off with our starters, Nigerian entertainment news, our takes on it, global trends, and then reviews of major newspaper headlines. I suspect it's the first ready for us.
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, let's show this Ife.
Yemi Alade bemoans house demolition in Lagos. Popular musician Yemi Alade has strongly criticized the Lagos State government for the recent demolition of several houses in Maryland, Lagos. She expressed her dismay, stating that the government's actions are worsening the plight of citizens by leaving them homeless overnight. Alade lamented in a video message shared via Instagram account, "What's going on in Lagos State? Does it make sense that people will invest millions of naira and dollar into real estate, buy houses and land, only for the state government to demolish them and leave people homeless overnight? This
Hmm.
thing is happening repeatedly. Right now, Maryland area is on fire. People are sleeping in their houses, waking up the next day homeless. You are running the real estate value of the state and country, making people lose trust not just Nigeria, but entirely in the little coins they save to make their lives worthwhile. How is this okay? Why? Why?" Meanwhile, Tokunbo Wahab, the Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources in Lagos State, shed light on the ongoing demolition of houses in Mende, Maryland, and other areas of the state. Wahab explained that the houses currently undergoing demolition were constructed on drainage channels.
Wow. Well, we continue to. We're trying to. We've been working on getting Tokumbo Wahab to come on the show to come and explain some of these issues and why do we destroy people's dreams? Suddenly people go homeless. Have they contravened the laws? Lagos, Nigeria essentially. It's a very interesting place. People get compliance permits and all that, and nobody has checked them off. And people get papers that they cannot justify or they have not sat for and all that. Yeah, what's about making people homeless all of a sudden? Even if you give them 1 year notice, it's a tough thing, especially what they have sunk into that estate. and other places across Lagos. I mean, demolition going on. The government is saying they are blocking. I mean, we are always flooded all over the place, flood and all that, and because of carelessness, the way we maintain our drainage system, it's terrible. So we plead with the government to, while exercising the right of way, show compassion, give enough notice, make stringent or more stringent the process for permits, building permits, and all that. You know, uh, don't worry, there's no DJ around. The background sound from some of our internet apps that's causing all the you are hearing. Okay, see, fair. Let's continue. Yemi has said our own. Government has replied, and the people are still homeless. I don't know. I don't know. One day we'll have. I will explain more.
GWR, longest marathon drumming with Gongon in Ekiti. Olani Adewale, an undergraduate of Federal University, Oye Ekiti, is attempting to set a Guinness World Record for the longest marathon drumming to an African talking drum, which is 150 hours long. Adewale, who is originally from Shaki, Osun State, has taken it upon himself to set this record in University Town. The closest record to Adewale's attempt was held by Mr. Brown, an Irishman who is the current longest drumming marathon record holder. Adewale began the attempt on Monday 29th of April 2024, and as of first time, he had hit the 137-hour mark. He claims that the Guinness World Records acknowledged and approved his attempt.
Hmm. Uh, Nigerians are this guy. Guinness World Record. Uh, is it mania or what? He wants a big drum.
Obsession.
137. That's like two times what? That's like 5 days. You know, drumming with your shoulder and hey, that
Serious.
you probably have to visit an orthopedic doctor after.
As so when it is all his body will ache
It
him
will
and
be
he needs
aching.
a lot of time to rest and you
Wow, what
it's
we do
interesting.
for fame and money. Yeah. Okay, let's go on. Mr. T and Alex, they don't have anything to say for now. They are waiting. They are shining
I'm
their pocket.
I'm listening. I'm following.
I know, I know. You are sharpening your this for the bigger one, Abby. Okay, let's go on.
Nigerian artists should make music with depth at their raw hustlers. The popular musical duo Ajebo Hustlers has called on Nigerian artists to focus on creating music that has depth and meaning. According to the duo, some of these artists lack perspective and they should learn from Omale, who is known for his thoughtful and profound lyrics. On their social media handle, Ajabo Hustlers wrote, "You all need to learn how to make great music with depth. Learn from Omale. Ask yourself, what would Omale say if we were on this record? Because you all lack perspective, you all absolutely lack what to talk about, and that's boring. Real artists are trying to dumb down to gain relevance. Because you all love mediocrity. Overall, Ajabo Hustlers' message is that Nigerian artists should strive to create music that has substance and meaning rather than just focusing on what's popular or trendy."
Well, whatever your position about the modesty or aggression of a Jebo hustlers, right? That is it one person or a group?
No, there are two.
There are two. Okay. What the hustlers are saying is, I beg your pardon. What the hustlers are saying, Jermaine, I mean, it's very critical, very important uh, in any field of life. Originality will always prosper, will always lead the way. Creativity, it's long lasting, what we call evergreen. Usually, what has depth, has relevance, and has substance. You know, if you don't have those ingredients, it will just be fade. It will be a fad within, call it ephemeral. Within a few months, a few years, it's gone, and it becomes part of the archive. Okay.
Bob Risky, Nigerian parents lament growing cross-dressing trend. A number of parents and guardians in Abuja are concerned about the increasing trend of cross-dressing among youth. They have spoken out about it in separate interviews with the News Agency of Nigeria on 5th of May 2024 in Abuja. They highlighted that cross-dressers are gaining popularity and acceptance among youth, with many following them as fans. They are worried that aside from the recently convicted Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, there are other emerging cross-dressers with a large number of followers. The parents believe that the Bobrisky menace is an epidemic that requires community measures to check and reorientate values among young Nigerians effectively. Uche Daniels, a school principal, said that although Bobrisky was convicted using the Naira note, his image of being a social media influencer with millions of followers calls for concern. Imagine Bobrisky having over 5 million followers on social media. Of course, that is a vast number, comprising our children who gradually drift toward accepting and following a wrong lifestyle. Before the court, he said he was a social media influencer, but the question should be whether the influence is positive or negative on society and our moral orientation. Consider how many of the number of children whose sexual orientations have changed as a result of his influence, and how many upcoming Bobiskis he has raised. Our moral fabric is tearing apart, and the
God.
future has to be rescued. We must cry out urgently, she said.
Well, she's not wrong. Yeah. Well, parents have a lot of blame or a lot of work. If you don't see influencers, it's Bobrisky that is influencing them to start reviewing their sexual orientation, and they begin to change their dresses and the one they have been giving them from birth, and begin to look for because of one individual who has chosen to. I don't know. It's a crazy world. So
I personally, I find that hard to believe. He may have some influence over them, that's Bobrisky. But you see, the world is being perverted a lot. If you see what's happening abroad, the UK, the US, and many parts of the developed world have these things going on there. And because of the flawless links we have to those societies, there's bound to be influence on a broader scale than just Bobrisky. So maybe it's a bit of an exaggeration putting all those flaws at one individual's doorstep. When you look at his following on social media, it may not necessarily be because people are
the support.
impressed by what he does. It could be nuisance value. We all
Yes,
know
entertainment.
how the social media works.
Hmm.
Well, while I concede that you have a point there, you just thank God that your children are not following Bobrisky. Whatever the, the whatever the attraction, you know, I will find it very hard to follow such a person because I move with a passion. If I like you, if I like what you deliver, if I like your aura, your testimonials, and things you say or do, then I follow you. So I know that people follow for all kinds of reasons, like you said, nuisance for value. Why do I want to entertain myself with nuisance? I'm not going to follow such things. But who am I? Who am I among millions of people? Well, I speak life into those parents. Work on your children so that they can unfollow Bobrisky and such characters. Okay.
Veteran actress Ovularia of the New Masquerade is dead. Veteran actress
Dear.
Elizabeth
Mm,
Edoeme,
mm.
who was famously known for her role as Ovularia in the 80s TV sitcom The New Masquerade, has passed away at the age of 81. Her
Wow.
family announced her demise in a statement which revealed that she died in Port Harcourt, the capital of Rivers State. The statement conveyed the family's gratitude for the support they received reported previously during this difficult time. Interestingly, rumors of her death had previously surfaced on 5th of November 2019, which were later refuted by Chika Okpala, who played Chizebadiah Okoroigwe Nwaugbe, also known as 430, in the sitcom. Elizabeth Obilere-Aveme will be remembered fondly by her fans and loved ones, and her legacy will continue to inspire many.
Indeed,
Amen.
indeed, indeed, indeed.
Fantastic. Fantastic actress.
She tried. 81, she tried. We would
Yeah.
have loved to have her more. She tried. She was very straight faced. Uh, Direct opposite of Debudaya. You know, his wife in the sitcom. I used to love those programs. And I've received several beatings for ignoring my errands to watch Ovularia, Debudaya, uh, uh, what's that? Those two.
Gringori.
Greengory, yeah.
Gringori.
Gregory
Gringori.
Akapo, the
Akpabotu.
power and his brother has always cheated on him and messing him up and all that. Interesting characters. And then Chief, what's that name? Sukoya, was the
Zebediah.
flamboyant,
Uh,
flamboyant one, the Yoruba one.
something Koya. Oh my God, I forgot his name now.
Uh,
Jagede
Jagede.
actually, yeah.
Jegede Oshikoya.
Yeah, you know, interesting character. Very, very. I mean, and they ran for so long. They brought it back again. What is saying? It was fun.
Hmm.
70s, 80s, and early
Yeah,
90s were great years. Very great years. May God bless her passage and give fortitude to her family. Uh,
man.
we can only say may her spirit rest in peace. Okay?
Piracy. Femi Adebayo wins 25 million naira suit after 3 years. Femi Adebayo, an award-winning producer in the Nigerian film industry, popularly known as Nollywood, has won a lawsuit against an undisclosed YouTube content aggregator. The company had overlaid promotional materials from Adebayo's 2019 theatrical movie, Survival of Jelili, on another YouTube title to deceive viewers into thinking they were watching the actual movie. This led to an increase in the views of the other video, which earned unaccounted revenue streams for an extended period. Adebayo, aged 45, took to social media to celebrate the win against film piracy after 3 years of legal battle. The Kwara-born actor, known for his roles in Yoruba films, highlighted the negative effects of piracy on the growth of the Nigerian movie industry. He revealed that a media company that owns a radio station and distributes content on YouTube misled his fans and diverted revenue. Adebayo pursued legal action, and after 3 years of litigation, the court ruled in his favour, awarding him 25 million naira. He did not mention the company's name or describe the victory as a win for all of Nollywood.
Hmm.
A win, a win for all of Nigerian media. We are something else. The man did not disclose the name of this, and you two did not find out. Eh, we should find
Yeah.
out, find the cost implication, find out that we didn't even get the name of the pirate. I mean, the dubious one.
Oh,
We didn't.
because yeah,
Yeah, it's.
dubious boy. Yeah.
I'm sorry for our media. The man says he will not disclose, and then so with it. I mean, we'll come back to that, Alex. That story
Was
about
it
Alibaba.
was it a buyout?
Back
I
to,
don't
it,
understand. I don't understand.
it's a cheat code, like it's sort of they will promote a video using this survival of Jalili. They will promote it's hot, is this and that, and then they show maybe like a 90 seconds or few minutes of part of
Hmm.
it. Then when you enter further and you continue to watch, you will change to the original video they want to promote, which may not be which may not have Adebayo at all, or you
Mm-hmm.
have him in a different scene entirely and all that. I
Yeah.
suspect that the scenario. So it's good.
Copyright infringement.
Yes, so it's good if you can fight it to the end and you get reprieve. I'm sure it's not about collecting the money per se because we don't get the money, but the victory is symbolic and critical. And it's quite good. But media next time, give us more information. Not say following our investigations, this and this and this and this and this. Okay, okay, let's move on.
Our last story. POK introduces son into Nollywood. Kanayo, a veteran actor, has introduced his first son, Clinton, to the movie industry. Clinton will join his father's production company, Simplicity Associates Productions, as an assistant production manager and personal assistant. Kanayo emphasized in a video shared on Instagram account that his son is there to work and should not be given any preferential treatment. He warned everyone not to treat him like his son, but instead to treat him as a member of the production crew who is there to earn a fee like every other person. Kanayo also disclosed that Clinton recently graduated from Babcock University with a degree in Information and Communication Technology, as well as filmmaking and management before proceeding with further studies.
Well,
Fantastic.
good
Like
for you.
father, like son.
Like, yes,
For Clinton,
generation to generation.
from Clinton to KOK, we continue to celebrate Kanayo for showing publicly and privately as he's an upright person, straight as an arrow, and is trying to influence. But this is what you call an influencer, not those other funny characters that monetize their fame and all that stuff.
Eh,
This fellow, yes, they are going to cop something. They are going to,
I want to be a bit mischievous here, if I
Yeah.
may. You know, the crux of that story, the way it came out in the social media, is a bit different from the way we've presented it.
okay,
Um,
Mm.
Kanai was telling his son that his first salary should be given to his father and not any
okay,
spiritual leader, so that his father can pray for him. You know,
Mm.
hmm,
Mm.
that's what we have all over the media. And you know how people are, they were using it to get back at pastors and all that. But I imagine
Mm.
we don't want to get into that controversy.
okay. Let me skate around it. What he said, is it wrong?
Um, well, there are two schools of thought, you know, and it's important that we look at both sides. One side, from the African tradition, says that your first salary should be given to your parents so that
Mm-hmm.
they may not necessarily take it from you. They may take a little out of
Let,
it
they
and
can bless
pray
you.
for you and
Yes,
bless you. Yeah.
yes.
Another school of thought talks about something called first fruits from the
Okay,
church.
Mm-hmm.
And I've
Mm-hmm.
heard pastors say that the first fruits of their congregation belongs to them as their spiritual father. So those are the two sides or the
okay.
two
When you say
schools
them,
of
when you say them,
sorry.
do you mean the pastors or the church, or they are one
Well,
and the
the
same?
pastors
Pastors.
are claiming that it's
Mm-hmm.
for them individually, not the
Okay.
church. Yeah. And
Well,
they're using scriptures to back it up.
back it up. Okay. Um. So where do you stand? Before I tell you where I stand, where do you stand in these two schools?
Well, I believe the individual should do both. I think
Okay.
he should honor his parents first. Then, if he has a commitment to a church and he sees someone as his spiritual father, he can also honor that individual.
Well, that will work very well. You're a very smart man. I like the way you wriggled around it. That will work very well if the pastor is responsible as the parent. If you bring your salary, let's say you collect 300,000 as your first salary, and I say as a father I like that, I will bless you with it. Maybe I take 20,000 from it to buy nothing. It's not as if I need the money, but to show that I appreciate your effort and I pray for you and all that stuff. Now, when you take the 280,000 to pastor, I expect the pastor to do similarly. Take a 20 or 50 and then return because the guy has to go to work for the second month. If you take the whole money, I mean, you're a wicked human being. You're a wicked human being.
you
If
know,
you take the whole,
you
no, no, no,
know,
no, no. The guy has to go
Paj.
to work. He has
Yes,
to
Paj. What you're saying now? Sorry, Paj. What you're saying is very interesting. I know of a man fairly old when we were very young, and this first fruit thing came up for his son, which happens to be my friend. He had other five siblings as well. So the man will
Okay.
collect what he wants to collect and return the money to them. And the
Okay.
shocking thing was that when the man passed on, in his will, he passed on probably about almost like 5, 6 years after all that happened. And in his
Mm-hmm.
will, he instructed that they should return to the children what he took to bless them at their first
Yeah,
salary. It
yeah,
was quite
yeah.
moving. And I said, what? He returned the money. And he said it should be in the current value, not the old value of what he took.
I think that's the best thing. Father in blood and
Yeah,
father in spirit should
I saw
behave
that.
fatherly. And you can
Yeah.
take all the money and say, I mean, it's called first fruit, the other fruit. You don't have to finish the food at once. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Let us not go into, we don't talk religion or politics. But this is the angle Alex brought. It's interesting. Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you, Esita. We take a short break and come back with global point. Did I say global point? Global, global trends.
Maybe they are coming over to you.
Believe, believe me, by Johnny Drill. Believe us when we speak from here. Okay, Alex, are you reading? Or is it Mr. T you want?
I have well, I've opened something though. We could rustle it together. Um,
Okay.
if Alex is ready, Alex, are you ready to?
He just stepped out.
Oh, we did. Okay, maybe I'll have to. Let me
It
run
was
through
like
this.
it was like Bosu came in and drove Alex out. Good morning, Bosu.
Good morning. What is
Morning, Bosu.
Alex, I said Bosu just entered and you took off as if
He took us his
he's
space.
really
It
really put
was the network.
Oh, Alex is back. Okay, all right.
he's back, he's back. Okay, Alex, do you have your global trends? Because maybe
Yes, I do.
you can take turns with
Okay.
your tea or so.
Yeah,
Uh,
I I,
so
I
when
could
we're
do
ready, you
something.
can cue me in.
Okay.
Oh,
Congratulations, Bosu. I hope this term will not be Shoroye kind of a thing.
Let us still hopeful.
oh, fudge.
Yeah, I know many of you are on the prayer mountains waiting for
Yeah.
Man City to stumble.
It will stumble, fudge. It's evident.
Man City to stumble a little.
They will stumble.
As
It's
in, it's
Arsenal
their
for
mouth,
life.
Achilles heel. It's their mouth. They will never stop yaki, yaki, yaki.
Oh, oh.
Personally, I think Arsenal should win one of the championships. The Premiership would be nice for them.
And you can win Community Shield.
Nah, that's inferior silverware. Inferior.
This is complete hatred, though. Kilode, what have you done to me?
They can
But
win
this is their
Community Shield.
best. This is their best effort in recent times. Very
Yes.
solid team. Very
If they
solid
can win
team.
today, they will make a difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The important thing is for Man City to stop somehow. Because those ones, they're different animal when it comes to this kind of
Very strong blood.
Yeah.
very powerful, but they're not God, Abi.
So we are
Arsenal and
starting.
hope.
Okay.
Okay,
Someone had the
I
number.
go back on here. I go back on
Once
here,
you
gentlemen.
tie Haaland down, the
Ah,
attack will
ah,
weaken.
Mo gbọ́ o. We are back on air, please. We are back, and we're a little bit strained at the back, at the back end of time. So we are going to make it a little bit fast. We are going on global trends, and Alex, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going into global trends. We're starting with the story of the royals' visit to Nigeria. Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, have landed in Nigeria for a 3-day visit linked to the Invictus Games. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they still qualify to be called royals
Mm.
after the rebellion.
Will you? Are you going to? Are you the one that will change their blood?
Well, there's been controversy around it.
I know, and all this.
Meghan complaining that the royals are racist,
I
and
didn't know.
I'm wondering if she didn't know that before marrying. These guys, they invented colonialism. What does she
You may not
expect?
know. You may not know that. She may not
Oh,
know. She's just
probably
practicing with
when she got in, she saw the full story. If
another.
from outside, is a small thing you've seen, but when you step in, you would have said, "Wow, what have I done to my life?"
I believe she
Sudden
should know.
realization.
She has a she
Sudden
has
realization.
what you can call an existential experience based as an African American living in America. America is a sick bed of
Mhm,
racism,
mhm, mhm,
especially against
mhm,
people of color.
mhm,
So
mhm.
uh, I think she just believes she has a pedestal now to to talk back at it
Yeah.
and yeah, yeah.
But
Well,
it's a
I
great thing what they are doing. The
yeah,
Invictus Games
Oh,
for
lovely.
the war veterans who have been
Mm-hmm.
injured. You know,
yeah,
it's a great
yeah,
idea.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
it
Okay,
is.
you are
All right,
welcome,
the next
Harry,
story.
and yeah.
UN votes Gaza. The United Nations General Assembly has enhanced Palestine's rights with the organization and called for the territory to be accepted as a member, a decision that's up to the Security Council.
Mm, mm, mm,
So
mm.
the UN wants to recognize officially
Mhm.
Palestine as a country and give it a region.
The region.
Is it not security? Is it not in Security Council? They have their veto. They're just. I think it's filibustering. They're just making noise. You know,
Well,
everybody knows the right thing to do, but they will still shoot it down. Some people will still shoot it down.
they've given Palestine a nation in the past.
Yeah.
In 2005, if I remember rightly, they, the whole of Israel left Gaza for them, and there was an agreement. But the money that was given to Palestinians, half of it was stolen by the corrupt officials. The other half was used in buying weapons to bomb Israel. I don't know.
Israel.
I don't understand.
Alex, leave international wahala. This is they have no
No,
shade.
I
Oh.
think the whole region just needs deliverance. I don't know how they're going to get it though.
They need a charismatic leader, like a someone that can pull them together and push them into one area.
They
Israel,
did. They had Anwar Sadat at
They
the
had
point.
Anwar Sadat.
But
Yeah,
see
very
what they did
correct,
to him.
Alex. Yes, they had Anwar Sadat. Anwar Sadat.
and then
They pushed
we
out.
had some kind of channel, we had some kind of progress at that point in time, even when it was still
Did.
hostile. But now you don't even know who is the leader, who's directing this.
In
Is
the
it Hamas?
Palestinian thing, you have factions. That's another
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
All
let's move
right.
on.
Uh, we're going into the Ukraine-Russia war, and the title of the next story says, Ukraine dusts Russia. Ukraine says it has repelled a Russian armored attack in the northeastern Kharkiv region after Moscow's forces sought to break through defensive lines.
Mm.
Hmm.
So the Ukraine-Russian war is still raging on.
Oh, it
It's
is.
still, still on.
Is easily
Yeah,
too.
let's go
And
on.
America just gave more aid to Ukraine, I think yesterday, while
Yeah,
stopping the aid to Israel.
so Israel, yeah. And those ones are already complaining already. Yeah, let's go on, please.
Right. And we have another one that says, in other legal news, a federal appeals court has upheld the criminal conviction of former Trump strategist Stephen Bannon in a decision that may soon send him to prison after years of legal wrangling.
Oi,
Yeah,
oi,
they are coming. They are coming close to
they're
their
closing in.
main
Yeah,
main
they're
target.
closing in. They're
I don't
closing
think
in.
they can touch Trump.
Okay, let you just see.
You think
In
so?
fact, I foresee Trump winning the next election.
Yeah. Uh,
All
uh,
right.
Well,
prime,
with the
how
current
does
state of the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court itself, oh, I don't understand the story behind the judges there.
hmm,
The signals tend to move towards what Alex has just said. You know, the innuendos they are sending out and the kind of judgments they are giving out, right from the cases of abortion and stuff. They're beginning to sing the Trump jazz tune. I don't know.
well,
Hmm.
there are many. We have two prophets in the house today predicting international affairs. Yeah, we shall see. Yeah, we shall see. Okay, let's move on.
All right, we're going back to the Middle East. It says Israel Gaza face off. Benjamin Netanyahu, that's the Israeli prime minister, has vowed Israel can stand alone after Joe Biden warned the US might stop arms shipments in the event of a full scale operation in Rafah in southern Gaza. The city's medical facilities have already been overwhelmed by shelling in recent days.
Hmm.
You know, there are reports that the Hamas people are camped in Rafah, that they're hiding among civilians there.
Mhm.
And the Israeli army wants to try and root them out.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I mean, they even instituted some kind of war crime against Netanyahu, and the man doesn't seem impressed or affected by it. We need to watch out, though. We need to watch that guy. We need to watch
Mhm.
that guy.
Yeah.
Uh, so, I mean, nobody will be able to moderate him again, not even US.
Because it's so surprising. They have gotten to the end of the agreement, and you continue to fire on. You know, and you now boldly say with all pride that they want to stand, they can stand alone. You know, I don't know what kind
Well,
of
you know how it is.
spirit
There are a
is
large
going
number
on.
of Jews in the US, and they are in very prominent and wealthy positions. So they have a lot of influence in decision making.
Yeah, well, but
Oh,
at a point, something can turn
oh.
against you. The kind of resentment we are getting from the Republicans, from the two houses, over time, tide may turn. You know, you see,
You know,
if
Biden is he knows that this will be a factor in the next election, so he's trying
yes,
to play it cleverly.
Mhm.
mm, okay,
All right,
let's go on. Yes,
yeah, Eurovision politics. Israel singer Ethan Golan has qualified for the song contest's Saturday final thanks to a public vote. Hours after thousands of pro-Palestinian protesters marched against the country's involvement in the events. We all know the Eurovision Song Contest that
Yeah.
takes place. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there are backlashes now because an Israeli singer has qualified.
That's qualified.
That's the sad thing about politics. When it begins to impede into creativity,
Hmm.
it's not go well. It's not end well for anyone. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Um.
The next story takes us to Argentina, Buenos Aires at a standstill. A general
Hmm.
strike against spending cuts has affected most of Argentina, where schools, banks, and many shops remain closed.
Hmm.
That is what is called a general strike. Again,
Yeah, not the
generous strike,
comedy that we do here.
not the comedy we do. Yeah, the drama we play out here. That is everything stands still. Nothing is moving. Yeah, banks. When
That
you close banks, you close schools. What's there? What's left?
don't be careful what you ask for. Because
Hmm.
Ajero and Co are also threatening about this electricity hike. They may soon add cyber security something levy to it. There are so many things
Raj,
that
Raj,
about
we have been here before. We've been here before. I'm back again. I can tell you straight away that it's part of the script. We can. I don't know.
okay,
It's,
okay,
for
we
me,
shall
it's just
see.
the script. It's a script.
We shall see. Alex, are you done?
No, we have a last story that takes us back to Ukraine. It says
Okay.
Volodymyr Zelensky has sacked the head of his personal protection unit after two of its top officials were detained over an alleged assassination plot against the Ukrainian president. Wow.
Hmm. Hmm. That was a close shave, really. I read
Yeah.
a bit
Somebody,
of that story. It was a close
somebody's
shave.
fighting. Somebody's fighting. Somebody's fighting war, and another person want to remove him. Is that you want to fight better war? You want to stop the war?
You know the hand of Esau and the voice of Jacob. You
Oh
can trace
yeah.
it to what you can trace it back to where it's coming from. You know who's in charge of
Oh,
that, really.
that one is also there, and that one is notorious for that. Do not let
There,
us don't say
don't
Russia is
talk
very far.
about.
Talk anyhow on radio. And before you know it, people,
Oh
they're
my
everywhere.
God.
If you read novels, you will be careful with all this. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. I don't know, Boston just went AWOL, but he's going to join us soon. We'll introduce him properly. We are going to start headline reviews shortly. Let's take a short break. This says Moses Bliss, too faithful. Hey, boss, are you there? Ah, you have changed to the Arsenal. Yeah, no,
Oh. Maybe he just remembered that he needed to flag
in,
the flag,
in
fly the flag rather.
the flag. Are you hearing? Are you hearing the music?
Yes, I'm in.
Oh, okay. You're too faithful to fail me. That's the truism exposed by Moses Bliss in that music. We're going back into newspaper headline reviews, and our legal expert is in the house. Olutu Bosun or Shifowora. Good morning, Bosun. Uh, your your speaker is playing games with us today. It's coming in. It's coming in bits and pieces, like Nigerians. Problem. I hope it. I hope it irons out. We are able to iron that out. Okay, Bosun is with us, so we take on the headlines. And Mr. T is still here. Also, Alex O. Hopefully, Bosun will be able to speak audibly. And now it looks doing a prediction. It looks as if it's prediction, football prediction, which is a terrible profession to get involved in. We take
Your
on
audio.
the Saturday, sir. The audio, yes, Boston's audio is work as it is. Cyber security levy. This is the headline, main headline of the Sun. It kicks off with cyber security levy. It says federal government may in 2 trillion naira annually. Hmm. 2 trillion naira. They're already calculating how much this gets. Manufacturers countered and said businesses choking. New levy will worsen tax evasion. And lawyers say levy is illegal. Unearth gaps in Cybercrime Act. Uh, Gentlemen, I saw something that Alex sent me about Falano's analysis of the situation.
Mhm.
That CBN quote in its circular, quoting, quoting a public document. I don't know. I don't know. I thought this constitution came in to say they want to uh, harmonize taxes. There are too many. They want to make it as few as possible. They even set up a committee for it that that was supposed to harmonize all these taxes so that we don't have many. And they are
Mhm.
bringing out new ones that lawyers are saying they are illegal. They are not even part of the Cyber Act, the Cyber Crime Act. Now, as a lawyer in the house, uh, what's wrong with us? What's wrong? What is this now? What is all this about?
I think is it better now? I think the position is very clear. On whatever you don't have in there, you don't put it on the people. That's one. Secondly, what you even have is this cyber crime level, not particularly applicable to directly to individuals. So look at the schedule to the law. It states specifically who are supposed to pay this funds. So I don't know what the CBN is going to do. They cannot. Also, they're using everything I think they need to create this for themselves. And I think aspect of this law will be just it's to be the or the legality or illegality of this
Mm.
by
Uh,
the
Unfortunately, Bosun, uh,
The audio is so
it
static.
looks like
Yeah.
the CBN has bought up the air around your area. The network is jammed. They don't want you
Even
to
no,
speak.
I think it's general. Even from your end, it's the same somehow.
Oh, is it? Yours.
Yeah. So it goes. I don't know what's up. I think it's almost like if mine is okay. I don't know. Yours is also sometimes it
Yours is
smoothens out and after it goes cracky again.
Okay, so we continue talk. I mean, I didn't hear most of what Bosun was saying, but I think it's not in support of it. I could have the fact that it's not in support of it, and maybe as we go further in the program, the statics will reduce and we can hear him clearly. Alex, what do you think about it?
Well, I like to look at it from a general perspective, first of all. Um, the president, when he was governor of Lagos, was known for tax. I mean, he likes to refer to how he increased the IGR in Lagos to, almost more than double what it was when he became governor. But many people don't ask how he did it. And of course, how he did it was he increased tax. I mean, it was that simple and straightforward. He made corporate organizations pay more tax. And, there were more ideas to shore up tax collection within Lagos State. So when he was campaigning to be president, I was one of the people who said, well, this man comes in, watch it, there's going to be more taxation. Already under Buhari, we had a lot of tax. And since he became president, I mean, there has been numerous ways in which the tax bracket has been expanded in various areas. And the new cybersecurity one, the cybersecurity risk thing is another form of taxation. Now, lawyers, Femi Falana, for instance, are saying that it's not for individuals, that it's mainly for organizations. But you see, there's a trickle down effect, which we must look at. If you tax organizations more, they end up they end up passing the costs to the consumer. So whether directly or indirectly, it affects everybody.
Hmm.
So that's the way I see it.
Well, I think you're right. The second headline in this piece, because we still have some other pages to cover. It says it refers to River State. The governor of Fubara gives 25 lawmakers technical knockout. Court stops them from parading themselves as as members of House of Assembly. Right? This weekend Fubara Paso. So suddenly 25 lawmakers are no longer members of, then they will go to appeal. Appeal will probably be in Abuja. And so you know the drill now. And then the court of appeal will throw that out. Then they may set up their shop in Abuja and start giving laws to River State from Abuja and all that. All this. What's all this now?
I think
Has
It's a bundle
Governor
of mess.
Fubura has he taken a lesson out of Governor Obaseki's playbook,
Hmm.
where
Oh,
where the
oh,
National Assembly wasn't working when he was governor? I think that was in his second term or so. You know,
The state assembly.
uh, it's so bad. Yeah, the state assembly. Sorry, that was in
But
Edo State.
Bosun, you want to
But
try your voice?
yes. I think what's going to happen in the end, if these people continue like this, a state of emergency will be declared, and all
Yeah.
of them like that. And who they know about this claim will be the beneficiary of this state. Because this is an avoidable problem. I don't think they are just going to think themselves in and put up a formula for themselves. The president has tried to put up a political solution for them, but they seem to be very funny in that. I think at the end of the day, all of them might lose out. You think
Hmm.
about it.
mm, mm.
Okay. Um, that's a sad one in Daily Trust. It says bandits kill 30 farmers, an Islamic cleric in Zamfara, two herders and 150 cattle killed in fresh plateau attack, and then government abduct 9 students from Kogi University. Well, this banditry is not it's not stepping down.
It's
It's
like
just
a falling graph. It goes up and then declines a little while for them to put their acts together again, and, and it shoots up again. I think moreover the intelligence system or setup should be more effective because these guys are within the communities. They reside there. They come there. They have their plans from inside wherever the communities are. And so far, from the reports we hear, the military, the armed forces, they are really working. They are working. Every time we have they are busting the organizations here and there right into the forest and all that. But is it enough or is it working? That's where the question now arises because the targets are still high up. Schools, homes, farms, they've been depleted. People are still running around. And there's something Fat said earlier when we're talking about cover and reportage, reporting styles. Most of our media, we need to do some investigative reporting somehow, digging things up. Although it's also very risky, very, very risky on that terrain for me. It's not Uhuru yet in that scenario. Not yet Uhuru for me. I don't think so.
well, it's a tough world. Um, I think we have enough bad news. Let's move on to uh, the Vanguard on Saturday. It says it leads with an Obaseki explosion. It says Governor Obaseki explodes. We cannot secure Nigeria from the center anymore. It says let's redesign the country, or the or is further in the newspapers where you will read it. It says vows not to run for president or any elective office under present structure. That's Obaseki, Alex, your friend. Um, talking about the lopsidedness of this. And it's just interesting that after completing 8 years, he's when he realizes that this country is not well structured. We pray for new realization like that. So we'll find a
Mm.
way. Well, Boston holds a position that it's not about the constitution. It's about us. Have you changed your mind, Boston?
It's the same position. It's the same position. And some of this strategy to secure the security project for the main actors of the state. So it's about us. And even Obaseki is saying it's just going to the government. There is no redesigning that they do to don't have since the age of pop. We will just be broken on the
Yeah, well, it's something is saying some elements still fighting against Boston. Very, very well. But here is a piece from top right hand corner of the Vanguard newspaper. It says, we kidnap, extort, and rape male victims. This is arrested Lagos gays. He say, I am a bisexual. I have feelings for all genders. And there's an accused lawyer. Um, yeah, there are different levels of problems. Yeah, these ones are these ones are having their own personal issues uh, in court. I'm looking for something Saturday-ish. That's why I read. Here. Okay, here is one. Maybe Bosu will have something to say. Alleged 80 billion fraud. We don't know where Yahaya Bello is. That's his lawyer. The lawyer tells the court. Judge fixes 13th of June for arraignment. But so is it possible for a lawyer to not know where the client is?
that's laughable. In fact, what is worse than saying that when the TFC Act was not ratified by 26 states of the Federation, that something has to be done. They keep looking for the help, that established TFC. So for me, I think it's doing too much for the client. It's becoming and become on air and almost make a mess of your professional experience. Since they know where he is, and someone that lives in the law will catch up to him.
So one of our problems in this country are lawyers. Um,
Just a few of them.
okay.
Can,
Well,
can I ask Bosun?
I
Can I ask
won't
Bosun
let
this question?
Bosun defend himself on that. Let me help a bit. You see, every person deserves a defense in court. It doesn't matter how grievous his crime is. Everybody
Mhm.
deserves to have his day in court, and he deserves a defense. And you see, if a person is accused of a crime, it has to be proven beyond reasonable doubt by the accuser. Someone like Ozekome will beat his chest and say he beats EFCC 11 times. And that goes down to one issue, that is EFCC really preparing its cases properly? How can you make noise about 11 people who were accused of stealing money, and at the end of the day, when you get to court, you can't prove it?
Okay. Before Mr. T
Ca-
interjects,
le- I don't.
let
Yeah.
me ask Bosun. The EFCC is an offshoot of the Nigerian police force. Uh,
Mhm.
do they have normal lawyers in their midst? Because of most times we read them, they're always prosecuting in the media. Most of their cases are done in the media. The arrest in the media, they pursue in the media, they make allegations in the media. Do they have normal, I mean, proper, well-grounded lawyers as professionals amidst them?
All right. Funny enough, in fact, contrary to this opinion, they win a lot of cases. Let me not use the word win. They prosecute a lot of people and they get massive convictions. It's getting to hear on the pages of the, or you read on the pages of the being celebrated ones with political honesty. That's right. Yes, we should be watching as seriously and doing a great job, yet able to convictions. We have without him in almost all their stations and units. We also have a central authority to contact and legal works to private lawyers. They have that. They should look at their ability. Being prosecuted by Kemi Piero, SA, and also Oyedepo, in-house law. So it's not a case of them knowing what they're doing. What
Okay.
is that most of these politicians, they try to fight corruption and they try to fight these agencies with all
Like corruption fighting back.
the case of
Okay.
corruption and nothing more.
Okay. It's still a task in Bosun. Mr. T, you still have a question
Yeah.
for Bosun?
Yes, I still have. I want us to go back a little. There was a period or a time when I don't know if it's a joke or not, that when the police are looking for somebody who is wayward or well, I don't want to use the word criminal, and they get to his house or her place, they bang on the door, introduce themselves, and ask, "Where is this person?" They said they don't know where he is, and all of a sudden they said, "Okay, we are giving you 2 days, produce him," and they go and come back. Before you know what's happening, plus the guard of the house and the people who own the house, if they
Will
don't produce
disappear.
this person, they carry everybody away until the guy
Hmm.
is produced. Now it just tells you that they have an idea, they know where he is. This game of this Yaya Bello is just a game. I don't understand this story again. In fact, I feel frustration on behalf of the judges there. They are going to say, look, you say you don't know where he is, and you are still representing him. That kind of I reach that. Is there anything in the law that says we can still do that, or was I really wrong doing it in those days? Because that puts an end to all this hide and seek.
They can charge those that are hibernating with the seriously. And by then, it will actually if you cannot say we didn't know this in place. How was he briefed? He was briefed by the same, so we cannot say he doesn't know what. Who has been paying you? Who has been giving you directives with respect of the case? So what the lawyer is trying to do is just to shield him with the law. But unfortunately, the court has said that he must be in court. In fact, the court went as far as saying that the warrant was illegally obtained, that you still have to be in court as respect to the court. Then the court can remove whatever application there is to say that, okay, this doesn't come to pay, then the court can give an order or directive to start all over again. But you can't be in hiding and be sending lawyers to court and fighting your battle. It's not going to work like that.
Okay, Bosun, thank you. We'll take one more, and then we have our guests already in the studio, so that we can start on talking points. This is from the Saturday Times, and it's a fresh fireworks. Governor Oti to Ikpeazu return Abia's 10 billion naira now, or that's how this puts the alleged funds siphoned via 32 32 accounts. Um, oh God. To steal money is very hard work.
It is.
You have
It
to
is.
create 32
Well, it
accounts.
is.
To just create one account for me is voila. How does one pay? You can create 32 accounts. Anyways, allegation. You know, it's to be on a different party is also it's some kind of blessing for Nigeria. OT is a Labour Party. Ikpeazu was PDP. Is it APC now? I don't know. They shift around so much. We don't know. You forget which party they represent and all that. You know. But the man is asking, return our money now, or else there will be public two fighting on the streets and all that. That's the Abia State for you. Has anybody been to Abia? I understand the guy is doing some work there, and it's just not
I
all
haven't
money.
been there, but I've seen a lot of pictures. I've heard a lot of comments about
I don't trust.
Abba itself, the market, how he's trying to create an industrial environment and improve
Yeah.
the situation. You know, Abia has, I dare say, has had its bad luck in terms of leadership for a long
Yeah.
time.
Anyways, OG Kalu, the other
The
OG,
Oji Uzokalu.
the one
Now
that
you
wants to
had
bring
the
his
Ipazu, and oh my God.
Uh, well, one day, one day, Nigeria go better. Some of these people will get lost somehow. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen. We'll take a short break. Um, but so we hope to see you on the other end because maybe we talk something and disappear. Hopefully, we'll be back with point blank before you go on Let's Rewind. Now, our guest in the house, and guess who? We'll be back shortly. Listen to this Emma Liana from CK. Good morning. How are you?
Very fine,
Good
I'm
to see you.
good.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
It's good to see you
Yes,
guys.
sir. Put the mic now on. Okay, gentlemen, I have Lillian Amma in the house. We are talking about our experiences in Nollywood. She's a veteran now. A young girl of yesterday. She's a veteran too now. With me in the other side is Tokumbo Ojekunle, Alex Ogundadegbe, and our
Welcome,
lawyer,
Mama.
Sumo Shikora. I was trying to introduce you, but she has a head count on. She's not even hearing me.
Okay.
We don't have sound in the studio, so it's better to know what's going on. You have to put on your head can to hear.
Mhm, mhm. To avoid fallbacks.
Yeah, to avoid
Mm.
that. It wasn't difficult to get here.
No, I just use Google Map.
Oh, okay. Thank you for coming. Before I forget, I give out stuff for my guests that make it to the studio. But hardly do we have them. So, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
It's one of my books.
One of your books.
Mhm. Well, we're still on the Vintage Talk Show, and I still have with me Tokumbo Jekunle and Alex Ogundadibe. We're on now on talking points, and our talking head is a special head. She's I don't know how why anyone would leave bank to go and but after 10 years in the banking industry, she moved to what she loved so much from when she was a kid, the motion pictures. She joined. Uh, our first movie was Out of Bounds in 1997. It
Mhm.
was produced by
Out
Richard
of bounds.
and
Yeah.
Richard Moffat Damijo and was directed by Tadeo Ogido.
Yeah.
Fetched us some awards. And then she's done some great works. I can attest to that. Fantastic actress. Done Untouchable, 97. Hit and Run, 98. Forefathers, 2000. Sweet Revenge, 2002. She Devil, 2004. Jungle Ride, Wife Hunter, and several others. She's also been on prime TV shows. Inheritance, 2000. Rough Edges, 2005. Head of State, and Siberia, Tinsel, Hosh, Oasis, Eve. We can go on and on. And she's still, and then she writes. She has written a number of books. She's also a published author. And he's married to the son of a great Nigerian author. We will talk about that along the way. Our first book, I think, was in 2006, Echoes
Mhm.
of Heartbeat. It was published in England. I have the pleasure today of having in the studio with me, talking about what life has dealt. I mean, how her life has how do we call it? What life has taught her, especially in the Nollywood industry. With me is Lillian Ama Aluko. Good morning, Lillian.
Mhm.
Morning, Faj. Thank you for having me.
Um, though she sounds shy, don't mind her. She will still get into her character. It's great to have. The first question I would love to ask is why? What is the problem? Why would you leave banking to go and be acting? what inspired that?
Well,
The truth is, I'm actually a very restless person, and some people say impulsive. I don't want to be boxed. And banking is a very strict-laced business. It puts you in a box, and you better stay in the box. I did it for a number of years to please my parents
Mhm.
because they couldn't understand why you've gone to school, you have 2 degrees, why do you want to go and play? Because as far as they were concerned,
Display.
it was play. I was said, my daughter, let me try and hold down a serious job for a bit. Because I actually flitted from job to job. I did 2 years here, I ran away. So when I saw how much it bothered them, I then said, okay, I'll prove to you that I can stay. So I stayed. I stayed in banking for a long time. And then I was actually acting while I was in
Yeah,
banking.
yeah.
But
I remember the doctor's quarters.
doctor's
Yes,
quarters, yes,
the
and
M-Not series.
a couple of others. But after a while, I just realized I was ill. I was seriously ill for over 6 months. It was a while before they realized what was wrong with me, and it was actually something very simple,
Mm.
the hyperactive thyroid, but
Okay.
it almost killed me.
Mm.
And during that period, I had time to reflect, and I just said, "Look, I need to be happy, even if I live for just 2 years. Let me be happy
Mm.
within those 2 years."
Mm.
So after I got better, I said I have to go do what gives me joy. And I sought my husband and my parents' permission. Said I want to go. They saw how much it meant to me. And they said, okay, do what you want to do.
Well, gentlemen, I don't want to be like Oliver Twist. Um, I'm not the only voice here, so if you feel like asking that question, let me know. And also out there, I don't know if you heard me. I've been talking with Lillian Lillian uh, uh,
Amma,
Ama Aluko. I want to be proper. Uh, I don't know what. Lillian can be quite feisty when she wants to insist on her position, and I like that. So you also can join us. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. 091 3697 3485. So, gentlemen, Alex and Mr. T, feel free to butt in because I always have questions to ask, and then I know you have too. Okay, Lillian, while the gentlemen are still ruminating on what to ask you, I watched you on other bands. It was a lovely thing. Acting was particularly excellent, and I've seen you in other places and all that. I I flirted with your industry. I know it's a thankless environment. The kind of effort you put in to make believable scenes and all that is almost inhuman. And then someone will look at this, one goat head will stay in the corner of his room and say, the acting is threadbare, the production is average, and I just lampoon everything. Do you feel that kind of being unappreciated with all your effort in this industry?
Well, in a way, yes. In a way, yes. I know a couple of my colleagues who got frustrated and said, look, I can't do this anymore. You put in so much, you get out so little, and then you're also in the eye of the public, and everybody takes shots at you whenever they feel like. And some people have left, gone on to do other things. As for those who stay, I think it's because acting or whatever they're doing in the industry feeds a part of their soul that nothing else can. So, in spite of the challenges, in spite of the pain, they decide to stick it out. Because I believe there are more people than just me out there who feel that I have to be happy, no matter. what I have to do today. So if it means staying in a space where you're unappreciated and you don't make money, then you take your chances.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, shall I say caveat emptor? I've known Lillian since we served together in 1987 to go a year in
So
Ondo
just
State. Interesting times. And you are a happy-go-lucky person, fun to be with and all that. You know, as your sojourn in Nollywood, has it changed you? Have you been seaman? Maybe.
I think age more than anything else, simmers or sobers you. When you've been through the rough and tumble of life, you've seen good times, you've seen bad times. You tend to introspect a bit more. You tend to be calmer. So for me, it's not my sojourn in Nollywood, though I believe all my experiences along the way contribute to the person I am today, as against who I was as a child, because we were all children in those days. So I've um, I've matured. I want to think I've matured. I'm a lot more patient.
Hmm.
If my father was alive today, he would be so pleased because his greatest worry about me was my impatience.
Hmm.
When he sees me start to boil, he will say, "Temper, daughter, temper."
Hmm.
I want to say that. So after he passed, anytime something happens and I want to start blowing up, I hear it in my head.
Temper
And
daughter.
it brings me
Hmm.
down.
Okay. Now let's look at. I'm still waiting for my guys to get their notes together, so I will be on it. And of course, you can call us. Remember, the number is 0913-697-3485. Lillian, you're one of the few who do great stuff. Uh, I don't patronize or make people feel good for nothing. You have to have earned it. Now you have earned praise of critics and all that. I hear professionals talk about your professional attitude, coming to work seriously, prepared, and early and all that. In all these years that you have been in Nollywood, especially because you're educated, you went to university, you did all that, you studied this, you studied that. I'm sure you did all kinds of other courses along the way and all that. There was a point in time that Nollywood was essentially overtaken by marketers, people you could call unlettered professionals who, by stroke of circumstance, find themselves where they are. They can make controlling statements and all that. Did you, at any point, regret your status? Well, what am I doing? Why did I even come there? Why did I find myself under this kind of atmosphere? Did you have that phase of your time in
Honestly, I didn't. And the reason for that is because I went into Nollywood as an adult in every sense of the word. And I had worked in multinational organizations. I knew a lot about career planning. So it was a deliberate decision for me. So
Nollywood?
when I was going into Nollywood, I knew that the only way I could put up with happenings in a sort of unstructured environment would be if I put some structure in place for myself. So I have never depended solely on acting. Never. That is when it gets really frustrating because then you're at their mercy. You're at everybody's mercy. I've never depended solely on acting. I've always had other things that I do that put food on my table. So when I come across projects that I feel either the way they're structured or the people behind it do not meet my expectations, I just quietly decline so that we don't have issues. Just that this is not for me, I'm busy or something like that. And then even the ones that you go into, it's not all rosy. Production by its very nature is very fluid. So there's a lot of chaos at some point. But when people behind it are knowledgeable of the space they're in, they tend to bring some structure to the chaos. So even where you have challenges, they find ways to mitigate it so that people are not too badly affected. Then you can get along. So that's that's the short answer. I have
Okay.
tried to put structure for myself.
Okay. Mr. T or Alex, so that you do not accuse me of dominating the. Do you have any question for her, or I should just go ahead?
Not quite, not quite, not quite. Lillian, welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pity I can't view it, but I remember is it Out of Bondage or Out of Bound? The one by Tadio Gidon.
Yes, out of bounds.
Out of Bound, thank you, years ago. That was really, really good. And I play the picture back in my mind again. We all know, of course, that when it comes to drama and stage performances, it's all about the mirror of society. Likewise, what we watch in terms of video productions these days. When you look back a little bit and you find yourself in this present time, do you think we have achieved that to a large extent in terms of mirroring the society and truly representing society, the values, the culture, and the traditions of our people? Have we expressed that in these current releases you're seeing?
Um, I think that is one of the browses I have with Nollywood. Film is supposed to mirror society, yes, but at the same time, it's also supposed to shape society. You don't just mirror, you're supposed to shape. If you look at Hollywood, everybody and their brother believes that the American military is invincible. The American military is the most powerful uh, um, army or something you have out there. And why is that? Because Hollywood deliberately projected them that way. Now, coming back to our society, yes, we mirror society. When 419 is a rich, we're in there, we're showing that. When it's ritual and blood money, we're in there, we're showing that. But I believe we have not made a deliberate attempt to positively project our culture, our values, and try to shape the priority or the mindset of the younger ones. I know that people, especially the youth, everything they see on screen, they think they believe it. Even on social media, you see a lot of stuff that you're wondering can this be true? But the young people take it all in and they believe it. So filmmakers have a sacred duty to project values. And that's where I think we're falling short. Yes, some movies are doing that, but on a large scale, we're falling short. So we really need to bootstrap and try to get it right.
Alex, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I am more worried about Nollywood's development. I happen to have covered it when it began in the 90s, and I'm believing, and you're free to oppose or support what I'm about to say, that Nollywood should have evolved more than where it is now. In my own opinion, I think maybe it's because of the general malaise of society. I don't think Nollywood is developing fast enough. Whenever I watch a movie, I play a game. I try to predict what will happen. I look at the storyline as it's unfolding. I look at the plots that's being built in, and I try and predict how it will progress and how it will possibly end. And I'm not boasting, and I find that 9 out of 10 of the times I am right. I can actually predict it. And that kind of bothers me. I feel, are we developing? Is Nollywood evolving? Uh, What do you think can be done in the future to make it better?
I do agree with you. I agree with you. You're correct because I too I play that game of where is this movie going, and maybe not 9 times, but at least 7 or 8 times out of 10, I get it right. I also agree with you that it's all down to the general malaise in society. People are, should I use the word lazy? We don't want to put in the work. You get a story. You get the story is beautiful. You have to walk through that story. You have to do the work to make it exciting, to make it engaging, to make it unpredictable so that people are not bored. But a lot of times you just say, leave it like that, make me just say, yeah, you know. That's one. Another thing is finance. To properly develop a story, you need money. Most of the time, Nollywood practitioners are working with a very meager budget. There's truly been no support, little or no support for the industry. What has been achieved so far has been achieved by the individuals themselves, largely. And a, the challenge I think we have is we don't know how to collaborate. I want to do my stuff. I want to be writer, director, producer. I want to do almost everything in my film. That of necessity will reduce the quality, not because you're not capable, but because you can't really do it all and do it all excellent. If movie makers collaborated a bit more, for instance, you have maybe 10 million, you want to do a movie. Faj has 20 million, he wants to do a movie. I have 5 million, I want to do a movie. Eredi has 10 million and she wants to do a movie. If we can agree to come together, pull our funds together, get a story we all believe in, I think we would have a lot more money at our disposal and then we'll be able to do a much better job. What your 10 million and my 5 million would not achieve alone, collaboratively we will achieve that. So those are the things I think are affecting us. One, we don't have support from uh, private sector, government, whoever. Two, of our own, we do not collaborate enough. We try to go it on our own. So all of those things are what has kept Nollywood from evolving as fast as it should. If you look at the music industry, they've gone beyond us. They've gone far, far ahead of us. They collaborate more. Somebody has a song, they invite other voices that he thinks and push the song on, and they come together and do it. There are also a lot more people investing in music. So that's my thought.
Well, you open the gates a little, they'll push it at all the way through. That's what journalists do. Thank you, Lillian, for coming. I will have this last question for the road, so to speak. Um, you, I see you as a very careful person, very perceptive person. When you reflect on your industry and what you have contributed, are you happy with what you are seeing? Will you want something much better behind? What would it be like? What would the picture of your money would be like in 10 years? Or what's in your mind for money?
Nollywood in 10 years, for me, I want it to be a space where people something commensurate to what they're putting in. I want it to be a space where practitioners, when they get old or they get sick, they have some backup, they have something to fall on. I want it to be a space where we do work that is global, truly global, that all of us can be proud of. And I want it to be a space where we do work that projects our beautiful culture because truly our culture is unique. We are so many different people in one space, all bringing something to the country, Nigeria. So I want it to be a space where we project the beauty that is our country to the world. We showcase our natural resources. We have very beautiful scenery in Nigeria. I want it to become a movie destination for international filmmakers. And for that, of course, the government has a lot of part to play. We need security, we need an enabling environment, we need infrastructure. So that's my dream for now.
A dream girl is going. Thank you so much, Lily and Ama Aloko, for joining us on Talking Points on the Vintage Talk Show. It's been great pleasure seeing you again and chatting with you. I hope you have a wonderful week.
Thank you. I hope you do too.
Well, we were chatting with Lillian Amaloko, veteran thespian in the Nollywood industry. And of course, you heard her clear and straightforward. But we are moving on to Let's Rewind. Let's Rewind, as you know, is our way of honoring the legacies of our great entertainers. Every other month, we devote the last few minutes of the show to music that virtually became national anthems in the periods they were released. We call them chartbusters of yesteryears. Today, we visit the year 1993. And let's start with this. You will love it. Side by side. Mr. T, all that intro I
Hi.
was doing, it was your mic I opened. I didn't open my own.
Oh, you kidding me?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. How
So
did
how
you
were
do
we
that?
hearing you then? We
I
were
don't
hearing
know.
you through another.
Yes, yes. I was jamming myself. I heard that I was talking to myself. It's okay. Like, but it's on now.
I hope I wasn't saying anything.
Interestingly, you were quiet. I was surprised. You were quiet. And I was the
That
one
was fun.
jabbering.
Surprisingly, I don't really like keep quiet. I'm talking, but I kept quiet this time. Well, no wahala. It's great.
Okay,
So what Lagbaja is playing now?
yeah, let me try. Let me try. It has a long intro.
Okay.
Okay, side by side, Lagbaja with, of course, the inimitable voice of Yinka Davis. Lagbaja, you remember, he's the marked one. We call this Let's Rewind, chartbusters of yesteryears. Every other month, we devote few minutes to talk about or play the music that became national anthems the year they were reviewed or released. This is 1993, and this is side by side, but by Lagbaja. We have Lagbaja, we have Salawa Beni, we have Telemi,
Hmm.
we have
Hmm.
Ayinde Barista, we have Ayinde
Hmm.
Marshall, and of course Oliver the Cook.
Okay. All to last for the minute you have left.
Yes, we have less than about 9 minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
we just we collapse the songs together. Please, any info you have on them, we just add it in.
Okay.
Language
All
is
right.
too long. We can play it. It's about 8 minutes. Nobody's gonna wait for that one. I
Mhm.
mean 6 minutes.
Okay. Let's go then. We're ready.
Oh, Lagbaja, you remember Lagbaja? And it
Mhm.
is usual. What they call them now is it's not a man. Now, so I will have said Man Friday. I will have called it sidekick, not side
Sidekick.
chico.
Yeah.
Sidekick.
No.
What's her name? Ego or something. What's her name now?
Ego.
Uh,
Ego.
ego, right? Yes. Everybody brought in. What's the name?
Fantastic.
Yinka to
Yeah,
to act.
Inca Davis came later. It was lovely, and they had this. I used to call it the Allen Avenue Shrine, where he
Yeah.
performed. It was to me like a shrine.
Call it what's that name? Oh, like a bread and butter kind of a thing.
Bread
Motherland.
and butter, yeah, bread and
Motherland.
butter, yeah.
No,
Motherland,
no,
thank you. Motherland.
before Motherland. Motherland was towards the end of 90s. He has this show of around towing.
Bread and butter
So
on Alex.
Yeah,
bread
bread
and
and
butter, yeah,
butter.
yeah.
That was where the experimentation started from. And
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
very passionate and consistent with it. It was just too much.
And,
And
and the
I
media too.
thought, yeah,
The media was supporting, at least mostly. We tried to keep his person out of the loop
he
because he
did.
wanted to go for the
Wearing the
success. So
mask.
Yeah.
all kinds of suppositions, allegations with this. All sorts of people were pushed out as Labaja, and it was all a
I
lie.
think it was part of the selling point.
It
Okay,
was.
it
It
was the
was.
great selling point. You know that
It
is
was.
it represents humanity. Humanity is
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
faceless. The common
Yeah.
man faceless. So it tries
And
to
you know, those of us in the media, we got close
Mm.
to him. So we knew him. We knew
Yeah.
him without the mask.
like we
And
knew without the man.
occasionally at Motherland, he would sit in the audience and allow someone
Yeah.
else to wear the mask on
Yeah,
stage.
yeah.
And we'll be
He did
looking
that.
at
That was
this man, you know.
And those who know you didn't know will say, that's like that's it. Put all kinds of pictures.
I think
And somebody
I think
will laugh.
what usually gives him up is his height, his physique. So if you have
Yeah.
a shorter version of him wearing the mask, you know this one
It's
isn't real.
also confusing because you come to Motherland one day, one is short, the other one is tall, another time is average. So you wonder, but the point is, it's Lagbaja. Lagbaja means anybody, you know, anybody. Okay, I think
Anybody.
we are enough on side by side. Let's do something else. Um, all these 1990 people doing long. There is other person says she's a gentle lady. The woman has some kind of voice that is peculiar, and she's
Very.
still. I remember last year she won a Wale Olomo Award for Lifetime Achievement,
He did.
and
She did. Yes.
Salawa Benny, it says gentle lady.
Mm.
You can still put on the air something. You won't
So
hear
I can
anything.
hear the music,
You won't
right?
hear anything.
Oh.
Okay, what is saying by means of by way of translation that she's a gentle lady. Nobody should push her to a fighting scene. I mean, it takes a push to get a gentle lady into a fight. Does it?
Salawa. Salawa Benny.
Salah Benny, I don't think she's okay. I think she's 60 already. She's pretty young when she started. She started around 12 years old. Her first album was
Yes.
actually she was a teenager, 13. Her first
Mhm.
album, and then she made some missteps, as is common with the human beings. Uh, and so we had this, we had that. There was a time it was a very horrible exposure, self-exposure in the public between Collington and Barrister about who was dating who had child for who, and all that stuff. And they didn't have any qualms about making it a what do you call it, a
You know,
permanent statement. They recorded it. They put it on vinyl for posterity.
and you
But she
know
still
when I look back, Faj, Alex, when I look back at those days, I just said we're not quite fortunate not to have had the advent of the social platforms then. It will have been a big
it
sellout
would
on TikTok
have been
and the
terrible.
likes of it.
It would have been more terrible. It would have been more terrible. If I be listening to Collington, you are wrong about what was going on. And then she replied, and then Barista put her own there with all these Islamic is it cause of
Oh my God.
blessing?
Everything put together, Faj. I can't even remember which was cause of blessing.
All those guys. Anyway, Barista is gone. Collington is still there. He survived the scare a few months ago. Asalawa is still bubbly. She's still performing, active on
Yes,
social media. Uh,
yes.
and all that. Okay, there was one stubborn boy amongst them that refused to go down. Shut up. And today is about the king in that area. And here is Wasim in the Marshall with his breakthrough
Oh
music
boy.
called the Ultimate. The Ultimate. The guy has a long, long name. Chief Alhaji Wasil
Mm.
Ayinde
And they,
Marshall. He used to be the
Marshall.
barista. So,
Yeah, yes.
and
Sometimes you add barista. Yes. Then Marshall.
so there's also a doctor to the title. Our artists, they do all sorts. You have a general, you have a barista, you have
Mhm.
you look for which one will be bigger than the last one that this person had, and they give them commander, commodore,
Oh my God.
marshal.
Oh
Oh
my
God.
God. Fudge.
I'm sure Masisi came from
Oh,
Air Marshal. Air Marshal is
God.
the head of the Marshal.
You know, when Dayo Olomu joined Palm One, he tried to
Mm.
Okay.
refine him a little.
Oh
Yes,
yes.
yes,
As his
yes.
He then
publicist,
became
right?
K1, became K1, and
Yes.
tried to make it more
No, no,
corporate.
no. That was first Quam one. Quam one.
Yeah.
Come
When I
on.
was started to Bushy, they moved it to K1. Then the ultimate. The,
The ultimate. Yeah, the ultimate. The
it's all about
ultimate.
reinventing yourself. Today is a focal point for all Fuji music, irrespective of
Mm.
whatever any other person has done. Is a central figure now. Gentlemen,
Mm.
we have run out of time. Let's say our bias. We start with our lady in the house, Isife Arogundade. Say your bias.
Goodbye. We hope to see and hear from you next week. Enjoy your week. Blessed. Yes.
Okay, today is short of word. We don't have long prayers and long bye byes and other pleasantries. Okay, Alex, you like to say your byes? We are going.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, keep hope alive. No matter what's happening around you, don't be
Mm.
negative, remain positive. And we look
That's
forward to
right.
seeing you again next week.
And I will advise you to take that advice very seriously. Alex is a fighter in any media and all that. So he's praying hopeful prayer. You better accept it and say amen. Okay,
Amen. I've said amen.
Mr. T, over to you
Yes.
for your final
Okay.
words.
Thank you so much for being part of Saturday. And we hope to see you next week. Remember, tell someone to tell somebody that the Vintage Show is here. Bye now.
Thank you, sir. That was your good voices of Esife Arogundade, Alex Ogundade, and of course Mr. T. Tokumbo Ojekunle. As we often say, be genuinely nice to people around you every day, and do good as best as you can afford. Stay blessed and have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye. Eh,
Wow.
we thank God.
You guys, I don't know how you keep doing this. To sustain a show, it's so incredible.